All right, guys, so welcome back. Today is October 29th. It's a Thursday, and I think based on my trading today, I got to make a new rule because today I gave back $400, $410 to be exact, which is so unnecessary. This week is now officially a red week. It's been really not my week so far. I'll talk about the new rule I want to implement because of my trading today once we go to this trading screens. Well, I can't even speak anymore. Anyway, let's just go to the trading screens right now because that's really where the goodies lie. So you can see here UUU, the ticker we traded today, down $174. So sad. We were literally up before the last two trades or the last three trades. We were up $500 on UUU, and then ITP, I was down this one pre-market 240. It just wasn't a hot ticker. I should have stepped away from it sooner. Eventually I realized I was not trading ITP well, so I just stopped trading it, and that's when I focused on UUU, and that's when I was up $500 on this ticker. But then something ridiculous happened, and that's what made me give back 400. Actually, we were up 500. So yeah, I pretty much gave back $700 in a few trades, and then ended the day red $400 on UUU. So let's go ahead and talk about this ticker because red day recaps are always kind of not fun to do, but they are what they are, and we got to talk about them. So going back to what we were trading today. Sorry, I didn't actually have this loaded here. Let me go back. UUU, come on, wait. Okay, so here on our watch list, let me zoom in just a tad bit here so it's a little bit easier for everyone to see. 2 million float. They had this really kind of weird catalyst. There's a letter from a 9.9% shareholder advocating against delisting. Okay, well, that's a good thing, but why are they advocating against delisting? Is this company looking to delist? And you can read through it here. It seems like this guy's really, really unhappy, or actually it's an activist investing LLC is actually the name of this person's corporation, or it looks like it's a larger entity, not so much just one person. Anyway, they seem very upset. David Lazar, from the CEO of Activist Investing, and you guys can read through this on your own time, but basically they have significant concern over the management of the company, and they are fearing that it is going to be delisted, further destruction of value, times of the essence. Basically, they're extremely concerned about this ticker, which to me, I was like, why is this company running up so much today? So I think honestly, just traders were looking for something to trade because there was really nothing in the small cap world that was looking too interesting. Yeah, so let's actually go to the 4-hour here and look at this one. But pretty much on the daily, you guys can see this one had a huge gap up today. I mean, we're all the way above $5. This is a big range on pretty much no real news. So again, this is a bit of a red flag, but overall, pre-market, it was showing some amazing opportunities. Let's go ahead and talk about pre-market. And this is why I was getting kind of aggressive on it. So pre-market, actually in this area, it was kind of slow and not too much activity, very light on volume. But, at 7 o'clock, when pre-market starts on a lot of bigger exchanges, this thing spikes up again, sells off, accumulates around 390, 380, and then rips on higher. And this is when it started looking really interesting for me. I did a few trades before that, but ultimately this ticker at first was, hold on, we had a nice little dip trade here, a nice little attempt to break out here. We had a breakout trade here. This was a pretty clean one. But it wasn't until we were back above VWAP and we were pulling back to VWAP when this thing actually started getting really interesting. I started trading this one on the either bigger pullbacks to 9 EMA, or sometimes I would get aggressive on a breakout and buy like a 1 minute pullback and look for a continuation. I was up like 370 at first on this one. Pre-market, but into the market open, this is where, sorry, oh god, it's kind of hard to control this chart right here. It's also a bit of my laptop. Get a new laptop soon, I can't wait. Okay, so into the open, this one flushes down here a little bit, but not that strong. I mean, this is an 8-9% move, and from the open it's actually only down about 6%, so it really wasn't that bad of a move. I was like, okay, this is looking pretty healthy. The second candle didn't dip below VWAP, and I was like, this is a big buy indicator. There's big volume here. I actually ended up buying on the way up here, roughly at 460, and I wanted to sell on the break of this kind of 490 zone, but I took profits a little bit too quick at 475. But still wrapped up like another 100 and something, 150 bucks on this trade, which was nice because now I was already around $500 profit, and things were looking pretty good. I did one little dip trade here. I'm looking for a pullbacks in the 90 EMA, and things were, going well. And I was like, okay, we're over $500 profit on UUU. Everything's looking good. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see why this thing was so sketchy though? Can you guys already identify it? And well, it's because of this. We tried to break out here and then it didn't work, and then we had a huge flush down. This was a mean, nasty, nasty move. This was a 17% dip. Now let's forward here a little bit more. We start breaking back above VWAP, and it looks like it's holding. It's having a healthy pullback. Now during the live stream, I said this. I said, I like the pullback. This is a good setup, but I don't like the fact that the last time we were just barely above some critical resistance, we flushed back down. Guess what? VWAP is critical resistance, and we're just above it. Now, everyone here is noticing, oh man, this thing last time it did this exact setup, it flushed 17%. Silly me though, I decide to go long on exactly the similar move just a little bit later. So watch this. This is again 12% move. So now let's come here, fast forward a little bit. Oh man, I'm messing this up a little bit with my fast forwarding. I apologize for that. Oh well, the suspense is already enough. So yeah, pops back above VWAP, and then I'm like, you know what? This is kind of sketchy. If we're following the patterns here, and I was saying this on the live stream, like this is sketchy, but I still for some reason did it. I don't know why. I think I was like not seeing anything. This is where I should have stopped trading. And in my mind, I kind of knew that. But not even big volume, but I was like, oh man, this thing might have the potential, because another thing I think that threw me off on this ticker is the fact that it never dipped more than 10%, roughly. Let's see here if I can get on that. Oh, okay, it dipped a little bit below 10%, but yeah, I was holding that 10%. So like 10 to 15% dipping from pre-market highs at the open is showing signs that there's big buyers here. There's people trying to accumulate in these low areas. So this one has that potential to rip past the $5 area, and that was kind of my goal on this one, that this thing's going to rip past 5. So that's why I bought into this first pullback, which ended up being a flush. And then boom, there's my first trade that I give back, pretty decent amount of money. That was like a 20 cents a share. Luckily it wasn't the biggest position size, but now I was up 500 plus on this ticker, and now all of a sudden I'm like 300 or something like that. So it's just like that. Very nasty. Starts curling up here again, and this is when I was like, oh, it didn't dip, it didn't keep flushing down. There's big buyers on here, and I was like just about to buy this one on this pullback, and I missed my fill, and then it does another rip higher here, and I'm like, oh, that was the trade I wanted. And then guess what? I decide to buy the pullback, and then for a second here, it holds, but then it flushes. And luckily this time I was like, oh man, I bought the pullback here. I was all of a sudden down pretty much in the red quite a bit, like 3-4%, and yeah, it got me again. Luckily this was a small loss. But then it accumulates again, then it makes a bull flag here, and on this bull flag again I try to buy the breakout, I miss it, and then it rips up here. And on this move I try to buy the pullback again, and then it flushes back down. I'm like, no, you gotta be kidding me. And just a few trades like this, I gave back all of my profits from pre-market trading and my into the market open trading. So it's just like in literally 1, 2, not this one barely counts because I only lost, I don't know, like 10, 20 bucks on it. But in 1, 2 trades, in 2 trades, I gave back all of my profits. So my risk management was not really good. And you know what? Here is the new rule. I will no longer be trading stock flushes when it reaches, oh, I wrote that really wrong, weird. I could explain it better in person. So I will no longer be trading pullbacks when a ticker shows it is flushing. So this is a pullback right here. We're above VWAP. This is a pullback, and guess what? It flushed, right? It flushed once, it flushed twice. This is a pullback here, it flushed. This is a pullback here, it flushed. This is a pullback here, it flushed. So I will no longer be trading stocks that flushes when it reaches these kind of resistance zones. So we break above resistance, it has a pullback, but if it has history of flushing these areas, I will no longer be trading it, which sucks because pullbacks are some of my favorite entries. But this is a big warning sign, huge warning signs. Do not trade this ticker because it will flush and destroy you. And guess what? Later it try to break above the support here, and I mean this is like it plays with your head so much because it's like trying, and you're just like, oh man, you know, this could be the breakout. This could be the breakout. So you're constantly buying breakouts and you're getting chopped out. This could be the breakout. No, it didn't. And then boom, you know, all of a sudden you're down a huge red amount, 17% again. So it's, you know, if you're up on a ticker like this, take your profits and celebrate and walk away and live to trade another day. I was even saying like, oh, I'm up quite a bit. Like, you know, okay, it wasn't like a great home run day, right? Because I already had a red ticker. So even being up to $500, I was actually only up, you know, $250 roughly. So it was I was never up that much today. I mean, it wasn't like $1,000 profit day where I was like, well, let's like, you know, take those profits and wrap it up. I was like, there's money still to be made today. In my mind, but in front of me, there wasn't. The stock market, small cap market was not doing anything. Yeah, this thing keeps on selling off and it's just been pretty boring ever since. No surprise, 10:30, usually a lot of stocks die off. But yeah, guys, I want to share that lesson with you, and it's not something totally new. It's something that, you know, if we look to the left and you see sketchy activity, it's typically something that subconsciously I'm already pretty aware of, and I do look out for it. I don't know why today I was acting so dumb about it. So, you know, the $400 loss today is totally justified. I was a silly trader today, and I totally deserve this loss, as hard it is to admit it. But yeah, it's just not a fun place to be. So overall, this week, I gotta say, man, it's just not my week. So for the month, you know, we're up okay. We're up $5.2 thousand on the month, which is good. But my total winners here is getting really sloppy. Last month was more like 74%. So you can see my total winnings here is 10,000, but my total losses is 5,000. And actually tomorrow, when I upload my stats, it's going to be 5.7 thousand roughly. And then this is going to be like 4.8 thousand. So, you know, it's just not really good trading. And this is my weekly stats. So this is starting on Monday, and this was starting on the 1st of October. So you can see, you know, this week is now going to be a red week, minus 263, minus 400, right? So it's, yeah, this week has been not my week at all. I've been very sloppy here. And yeah, I'm a little disappointed in myself. I mean, it wasn't a good week, so it's not totally my fault, but at the same time, I was getting aggressive this week when it was just not a good trading week. I should have been a little bit more conservative. But hey, you know, in October, we've been getting very aggressive runners. We've been having a lot of nice moves. And, you know, that's why this week, when I saw something moving, I would get aggressive as well. Unfortunately, this week wasn't really rewarding the getting aggressive, which, you know, it is what it is. That's day trading. You know, every week is a little bit different. Every day is a little bit different. And you got to pivot. And you got to adjust yourself to the current market at hand. And I just wasn't really doing that enough today. So that's totally my fault. Yeah, don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you enjoy the content. If you're learning something new, I really do appreciate it. And if you're totally new here, consider subscribing. We go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to trade the market open and review the watch list beforehand. We were talking about this on the live stream really quickly here. I want to bring it up, guys. If you are looking for a savings account, I just actually did this myself. This is a oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. This is a really cool savings account, Yoda Savings Bank. I actually just signed up for this myself about like a month ago, a little bit more. And then I got my mom on board. She's loving it. We're always playing the lottery now together, and it's actually really cool. I never wanted to spend money on lottery tickets because, well, it's a total lose system, right? It's not a good system. But now you can enjoy some of the fun with the lottery. You have a chance to win $10 million, and how it works is basically for every every 25 bucks you put in, you get a lottery ticket for that week. So I went up from like, first deposited 100 bucks, and I was up like 1.5% on my savings account so far after like 2 weeks, and I was like, this is huge. I mean, this is like better than the stock market savings account, long-term portfolio at one point. Anyway, I probably got a little bit lucky, but anyway, yeah, I don't know, works pretty cool. I definitely say check it out if you guys are interested in a savings account. I usually don't recommend stuff like this, but I gotta say Yoda Savings, and it's federally insured, so by the FDIC, so you know, up to $250,000 insured. Definitely wanted to kind of point it out here because it's pretty sweet. If you sign up with the code Winkler, WINKLER, you can get 100 free lottery tickets, which will definitely boost your account in the first winning. And actually in the Discord chat, I think I'm going to do a little bit of a thing so we could all post our earnings as well on there, because it's just kind of ridiculously fun. Okay, so next thing I want to talk about here is really quickly, I'll wrap it up with this one. I'll talk about it super fast. Where did it go? ITP. So this ticker, yeah, not really too stoked about this one overall. I had a hard time trading this one. Chinese company, they were doing some testing. They did a kind of an incident test. So what happens if there's a catastrophe in our packing station? Well, so it was a successful drill, shows the plant is safe, 23 million float. I don't know. I didn't really feel super confident about this one. It was around $1. I have a hard time trading those tickers because, you know, 1 cent is already so big of a move. I was getting too aggressive on this one. I was constantly trying to trade this one into breakouts back to the upside. It was letting me down. I did a dip trade on this one. Didn't work. I was somehow just either too aggressive on this one on my dips, or I was too early or too late on the breakouts. I don't know. I was always on the wrong side of ITP. Today was really just not my trading day. But yeah, I gave back 240 on this one. At one point, I was like, I'm not trading ITP anymore. I'm not trading it right. And that's when I did the switch to UUU, and everything was looking really, really good. But then, you know, I got too aggressive into a ticker that was flushing. So that was totally ridiculous on my end. Anyway, guys, let's wrap it up there. I hope you guys learned something new. Don't forget to drop the like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao, guys.